Hello there, everyone. My name is Crazy Caleb, and welcome to Crazy Mazes. In this case, or Crazy Maze by the name. This module is a fairly simple module to do, and what we're essentially going to be doing here is we're going to be navigating a monstrosity of a maze here. So if we take a look, and if we zoom out here, this entire thing is a maze. Quite big, but overall, don't be intimidated by this. I'm just going to say that out loud. So effectively what's going to happen here is we're going to be starting on a specific position, in this case using a two-letter code, Tango Papa. So we're going to write that down, and now what we need to do is we now need to figure out how to get to our ending position, but we don't know exactly what our ending position is. That's not that hard to figure out though. So what we need to do here is first off, let's figure out where we're starting. That would be a good point to start at. So, it's going to be right here. And what you can also notice is that the shape in the background here matches the shape that you're currently on, as well as its correct orientation. This module is a little bit similar to, for those of you who are familiar with polyhedral maze. However, it is a little bit simpler than polyhedral maze, in my opinion. So, just taking a look at the module itself, if we zoom in here, all of these little dashed lines, the ones that are a little bit bigger and the ones that are not, like the dotted ones, the ones that are solid specifically, those we cannot cross, because if we try and cross them, if we try and hit this bottom left one, for example,
it's hugely
we
frustrating,
will, of
isn't
course,
it?
be rewarded a strike. So, what we need to effectively do here is we need to figure out where we're going, and the way that we're going to do that is if we take a look here, every time you cross a bridge using the button in the bottom left corner, which in this case is right here, the display switches between showing your current position and the goal position. So in this case, we know that we have the current position right now is Tango Papa, but we don't know our end position, and that's actually quite simple to figure out. And then we're going to use the arrows to navigate to the goal position to disarm the module. So, how exactly do we use the bridge position? For the bridge button. In this case, as you can see, these lines that go between different types of shapes here, that's going to be our way to get to the bridge. So if we take a look here, and if we actually use the bridge right now, we will be able to do this right now. So let's go Romeo Mike. But we don't know where we are now currently, and we now know our ending position is to Bravo Uniform. I guess I should have read this out in an arrow because it's letter pairs. So we're going from Twitch plays to Bravo Uniform, but remember we're currently at Romeo Mike. And the way that we can see this now is that this currently matches the exact shape that we're on in the exact orientation. In this case, Romeo Mike is right there. And it is a square, and it is tilted like that. The nice thing is that this module is much simpler to, I guess, describe than polyhedral maze, because what you had to do with polyhedral maze is you would say, oh, where did I come from last? Oh, go one counter or one clockwise. Here you can simply just note down you can just simply go the direction via clock direction. So in this case 12, like this would be probably like a 2, this would be like a 5 or something like that, and so on and so forth. So in this case, if we take a look at Romeo Mike, we don't want to go here because this is a dead end. So let's go back to TP, and in this case, as you can see, the ending position is now a question mark, and the current position is now back to where we need to be. So in this case, we're going to go from Tango Papa to Bravo Uniform. So let's find Bravo Uniform, because that would be a good starting point for us. Bravo Uniform is over here. So we got a little bit of a ways to go. This one's a bit lengthy, but nothing we can't handle. Because, what would we do if we couldn't handle it? So, let's try and navigate a pathway, and I think a good starting point would be simply getting off of this area here. And we're actually quite limited of moving around here, and maybe what we can do here is we can go over to, like, the Zulu Golf, then go over to the bridge, then to Juliet, then we go to Echo Papa, then go over here, then go over here to India. We go up straight to the Delta X-ray, and then we're good to go. So we can do that right there. So let's go down to Victor Quebec, to Papa Lima, go up here to Romeo Lima, go down to X-ray Tango, go up to the Uniform Oscar, we're right here, go down to Whiskey Golf, Zulu Golf. Now we need to use the bridge in order to get over to Juliet. Okay? And now it still gives us Bravo Uniform, that's still our endpoint, it's never going to change. And we're currently at Juliet, which is this sort of tilted square. Let's go left here to Echo Papa, it is a triangle. Let's go over the bridge, Alpha Romeo, which is perfect. Then let's go up left, let's go like a 9, for example, over to India, let's go bridge. to Romeo, Quebec. Let's go up. Let's go up. Let's go up to Whiskey Hotel, and then to Alpha Yankee. So we're currently right here. Then let's go left, X-Ray Zulu. Then top left to Kilo Papa. Then top left to November Uniform. Then left, and then let's use the bridge. And just like that is a solved module. A fairly simple mod to do. I'm going to do one more example, and hopefully they sometimes will be a little bit simpler, but overall, a fairly simple mod that you can kind of just turn your brain off to. I like it a lot. I think the design of it is very cool. And the reason why this is such a short manual, by the way, is this is part of a current module creation challenge, and this is currently the three-sentence manual, and this is what we're going to go for. And as you can see, the 2-letter code shows you your current position of your monstrosity. Every time you cross a bridge using the bottom left button, the display switches between showing your current position and your goal position. Use the arrows to navigate to your goal position to get on the module. Three basic sentences, not including the flavor text, of course. And that's really all there is to it. It's quite a neat concept. So let's load up one more example and let's see what we can do here. But just make sure if you want to see the manual a little bit better, you need to actually zoom out a little bit in order to get this sort of view. It is a little bit annoying that there is a bit of a gap, but for the most part, it should be pretty easy to follow, I like to think. Some of them can get a bit weird. Just gonna say that right now. But I think you can kind of tell the angles a little bit, so just bear with me on that. It might also just be me using Firefox. I'm not sure if it's different on different tabs, like different browsers, but that's just the way that it works. So let's take a look at one more example, and then we'll be out of here. It's a fairly simple mod to do, and there's not really much else to say about it. The nice thing is that, you know, you don't have to really worry about keeping track of orientation all that much, because that's what Polyhedral Maze wanted you to do. This one just wants you to know where you're going. So Lima Echo is where we're going. So Lima Echo, if we can find it, there we go. We're currently a square, makes sense. And let's go left down to get to the first bridge. We're getting to Whiskey Bravo. So we're currently at Charlie Lima, and we need to get to Whiskey Bravo in this case. Where is that? Oh, it's actually right here. Now, can we navigate from Lima Echo? No, we cannot. This is like a little four square dead end. So we need to go somewhere else for this. And I can see exactly where we need to go. So if we go down to Hotel Juliet, we take the bridge there, and then we can just simply go all the way right, all the way up, all the way right, up, left, up. There we go. So that's all we simply need to do. This one's a much simpler one to work with here, so let's go down. Let's go bridge. We're at Oscar Sierra, makes sense. Let's go right, 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 right to Mike Juliet, then let's go up once. Let's go right, right, right to DS. Let's go up, left, and then up. So go on. Like I said, you can get some simple ones, you can get some not so easy ones, but that's really it. There's not much else to say about it. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay crazy, stay cool, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.